maybe.
And what happens when you mess up and it doesn't happen?
That's a great question. I firmly believe that you get what you resist. And I am making a very concerted effort in my life right now to take responsibility for myself, for my actions, for my thoughts, and have forgiveness with myself, and then
Those
move
are
on.
great goals to put on the list, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Having patience with yourself
Good grief,
and
yes. Coming
forgiveness.
from a self-proclaimed perfectionist, it's
Mm-hmm.
very difficult for me. So I've been trying to create a practice. This is quite lofty, I know, but I keep getting better at it with practice, that when I recognize that I have a thought or an action that's not in alignment with who I want to be as a person, instead of denying it, resisting it, it could be as simple as honking my horn at somebody because they cut me off. And it's not because I'm trying to be safe on the road here. It's because I'm right and you're wrong and I want you to know about it. Whatever. When I recognize that I am behaving or thinking in a way that's not in alignment with who I want to be, I first admit it, confess it, and then correct it. And if you just keep doing it, it becomes easier and easier.
That's a great book. You said you're not writing a book. You got to write that book. Great title.
Admit it, confess it, correct it. But for
Oh my
me,
God,
I
that
have
is
to do those
just-
3 steps. At
Yes.
first, the first step is admitting it. Virginia, that was a jerky thing to do, or that was a thought that came from fear. That didn't come from love. That came from fear. Or, wow, you didn't treat that person with real acceptance. You judged them. Whatever it is, I have to admit it to myself first. Then I got to confess it. And that doesn't necessarily even mean to the other person. With my silly example of road rage in Los Angeles and being in the car, I'm not necessarily going to have the opportunity to go apologize to that person, but confess it to myself. Just say, yeah, I see what I did there. I see what I did there. That was self-centered. Mm-hmm. That was me being right and you being wrong, and me making sure that you know that I know that I'm on the right and you're on the wrong.
Exactly.
So confess it, and only then, once you do that, then can you correct it. And just be accepting of it. I think that I come from a background that I'm very used to seeing people kind of flog themselves for making mistakes. And I just don't think I don't think that's as effective as recognizing it, forgiving yourself, being in that place, and then moving on. I think that's how a lot of eating disorders start. I think that's how a lot of really self-destructive behavior can come about, from trying to punish yourself for doing wrong. And I think there's something really beautiful about recognizing it, just confessing it and letting it go and going, okay, that happened, but now I'm going to be something else. I'm just going to be that in this moment. I'm going to be forgiving, loving, kind, generous, empathetic, whatever it is. So I wasn't in the moment before. Let it go. Be it now. And just keep being it. And then be it tomorrow. And then you'll have a setback. Go be it again.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. If everyone could do that. Think of how...
And I'm perfect at it now. I have to say, I've really grown. Now, it's a moment-to-moment struggle.
It
My
is.
gosh, of course. I'm a selfish, narcissistic human being. But